for you, O Lord.
Jesus said, there will be signs in the sun, and the moon, and the stars, and on earth, distress among the nations, confused by the roaring of the sea and the waves. People will faint from fear and foreboding of what is coming upon the world. The powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Humanity coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Now when these things begin to take place, stand up, raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. Then he told them a parable. Look at the fig tree and all the trees. As soon as they sprout leaves, you can see for yourselves and know that summer is already near. So also, when you see these things taking place, you know that the reign of God is near. Truly, I tell you, this generation will not pass away until all things have taken place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Be on guard, so that your hearts are not weighed down with dissipation and drunkenness and the worries of this life, and that day does not catch you unexpectedly like a trap. For it will come upon all who live on the face of the whole earth. Be alert at all times, praying that you may have the strength to escape all these things that will take place and stand before the Son of Humanity. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Christ.
Alton, Jackson. Hi, Jackson. Jackson, there's a couple of animals on those windowsills. Would you get them, please, for us? Hi, Colton. Okay, now he was doing a good job with the candles. Would you get the animals off the windowsills over there, please? There's 3 of them for you. I think there's 2 on Jackson's side. Yes, good job.
Down this side.
And then there's another one for you. Can you hold 3?
You can run.
All right, so this is the beginning. Where do you think the animals are? Jackson, you put your animals up.
I don't got animals today.
You don't have animals today?
No, I don't.
What is this? Do you know what this is?
Horses.
It's kind of like a horse. I think it's a donkey.
I think it is.
All right. Jackson, what do you have? That's a cow. That's right. Would you put the cow over here?
I have one.
Awesome.
I have one of those things.
You have a cow? Very good.
No, I have one.
Oh, like a manger. That's great. Now, what are these? Do you know what these are? Sheep, right. Sheep or lambs. Now, the animals are in this place first. Why do you think the animals are here?
They don't want to get rained on.
Right. They don't want to get rained on, right? This little sheep might go up and push it back there. Why else? Why else do you think they're here? All right, that's good. The animals lived here. This was their house. This was like what we know as a barn.
Give us a new tractor.
No tractors, no. Tractors came later on. And
I didn't see the tractor.
what did you say?
I didn't see the tractor.
You didn't see the tractors.
I
Yeah.
saw a tractor at the park.
Oh, that's fun. The tractor at the farm stand. Now, who will eventually come here? Who will eventually be born?
I don't know. Jesus.
That's right, baby Jesus, right? And the animals are nice and warm, so they're going to keep baby Jesus warm. I have no idea. I think somebody dropped a bit of glue. when they were making the house. So the animals are here, and the animals are very important. Very, very important. Okay, you can move them. All right, so let's say a prayer for all the animals. You can hold your mom's hand if you want. Okay, that's it. If you don't want, you don't have to. All right. You have an animal on your shirt. Look at that. You have an animal on your shirt. You have a reindeer and you have two dinosaurs. Well, let's pray. For the reindeers, for the dinosaurs, for the cows, the donkeys, and the sheep, and all the animals in our world, that they stay healthy because they help us to live, and they kept Jesus warm when Jesus was born. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm being serious. We are called to be beacons of hope amid the chaos. Sometimes our world feels a little chaotic. Many years ago, when I was doing youth ministry, I took a bunch of kids into the city at Christmas time. It was somewhere around now, although the tree was lit, and I found out just before worship that the tree doesn't get lit until Wednesday, so it must have been after the Wednesday after Thanksgiving that we had gone in. Anyway, we went to see the windows at Macy's, and then Lord & Taylor, and then we were moving up Fifth Avenue, we were going to see the tree, and we were going to go into the cathedral and see the crèche in the cathedral, and then we were going to make our way out to F.A.O. Schwartz, when it was a little bit further. Anyway, we got to Rockefeller Center, and it was so crowded because the powers that be at Rockefeller Center put barriers between the sidewalk and Fifth Avenue so the crowds wouldn't spill into the road. So we were so squished, and the crowd was taking us. It was taking us back and forth because there were just too many people for that small space. And we got separated. There were about 6 of us. And there was a girl up ahead, and Mari was little at the time. I couldn't even see Mari anymore, and I couldn't see the other kids with her. But the college girl, she was tall, and I screamed up, I said, "Laura, take everybody's hand and don't let them go." And in the meantime, I'm saying to the kids around me, grab my collar, grab my hood, grab something, and stay connected. Because I was starting to get nervous. Like, why I took kids into the city at Christmas time, and there, I had no idea. I don't know what was going on in my mind. But anyway, we're making our way through the crowd, and at one point I looked up, and there I saw the tree. Magnificent, stately, silent, yet powerful. And I said to the kids around me, I said, "Put your heads up, look at the tree." And not only did the kids put their heads up and look at the tree, but everybody around us did the same thing. And all of a sudden, that chaos movement went a little bit slower because everybody kind of stopped and looked at the tree. That's what Luke is calling us to in today's gospel. Luke's Jesus is saying, be aware, be awake, keep your heads up, look, because the time is coming. And in a similar way to when I was in that crowd, and I was actually just talking to my kids, look up. Everybody around us heard my words. You and I have been given the gift of faith, that we can know this, that we can know that there is a second coming. And so we can give voice to that, so long as we stay awake and we stay aware and we keep our heads up. Now the church does something very interesting. The church looks at certainly the second coming. It looks at Christ coming in the manger, like myself and the boys just did, and Jesus Christ here and now. So we stand in a time and a space that is then, now, and future. And that's God in all of that. And Paul reminds the Thessalonians, as he affirms them, he says, you're doing a great job, but stay with your faith. Keep aware. Love one another. And it's interesting, they say that Paul's letter to the Thessalonians was probably one of the first epistles written in the New Testament. And this was a young group, probably 15 years after Jesus' death, and they were like, we're waiting for this second coming, and it's not happening, and we wonder about our own dead. Some people are starting to die. Are they going to be saved? What's going to happen? And Paul is like, don't worry about it. The dead will be raised. You will be raised. But just stay away. Continue to love one another. Keep your heads up. Keep aware. So how do we keep aware? I would like to make a simple suggestion. And that is that we fill our lives this Advent season with prayer. Are you in a crowd, either in the city, or on a train, or in traffic, or on a bus, or in a store, or at ShopRite online? Pray for the people around you. A real simple prayer, like, God, do whatever anybody needs here, or God bless these people around me. Are you decorating your house or cleaning it up? Pray for the people whom you live with. Pray for the abode that surrounds you, that it stays strong. Are you buying gifts this Christmas season? Pray for the people who you're buying gifts for. Are the gifts made in China, Taiwan, Philippines, any developing country? Pray for the people on the assembly lines who work long, long hours, whose hands probably bleed at the end of the day. Pray for them. Are you stopping in front of a church to see a creche or going into a church to see one? Pray for the people who keep that church going. Pray for the financial sacrifice that keeps that church open. Are you purchasing online? Pray for Thanksgiving, that we live in a time that shopping can be convenient. So in essence, what I'm saying is don't just stand back and pray. Move into your world and pray. Because that's what will keep your head up. That's what will keep you going. Finally, pray for yourself. Ask God to remain with you during this season so that you can continue to see the holy amid the chaos. So you can be that beacon of hope. Our world needs hope so badly. Our world needs God. So stand up, raise your head,